Hello everyone, welcome back. Today, let's take a short trip down memory lane to the day last summer when I picked up my car and all of the initial things I did, including breaking it in before my first track day. So let's get right into it. One Saturday morning, my husband received a call from the dealership. They were receiving a Hellcat that morning and asked if he wanted to take a look. He politely declined because he had just purchased our SUV the day before. But I overheard and said, wait, let's go take a look. I may want to buy it and trade in my Mustang. So off we went to the dealership. So on the way there, I had already made up my mind. If the salesperson doesn't talk to me and just talks to my husband like I don't exist or I don't know anything about cars, then I'm not buying it, even if I like it. I've walked out of dealerships because of that. But when we got there, I totally fell in love with that Charger Hellcat, and I had a really great buying experience. And that was really due to the sales associate I had. I really appreciate the level of respect I received because that's not always the case when visiting some dealerships. So thank you, Mr. Pfizer at Desert 215. It was an extremely hot summer day that day, 107 degrees, but even though I was in a mask, you could clearly see that I was smiling from ear to ear. It's so pretty. So after taking the car home, I took it easy on the road because I really wanted to make sure it was broken in. We were in partial lockdown during that time, so there really wasn't anywhere to go anyway. At that point, all I really could do was study the manual and take it out to take pics. And who doesn't love a remote start video from time to time? So after reading the manual, I focused on walking through the break-in steps to get me to 500 miles, which I will share with you. But for copyright purposes, I've paraphrased the steps, so consult the actual owner's manual if you're interested in the exact word-for-word phrasing. So here are the steps that I tried my best to follow to break in my car. So for 0 to 100 miles, don't leave the car in idle for a long time. Don't accelerate too quickly and avoid braking aggressively. Keep the engine speed below 3,500 RPM and keep the speed below 55 miles per hour. For 100 to 300, again, accelerate slowly, especially in first through third. Avoid braking aggressively. Keep the engine speed below 5,500. Drive with the vehicle speed below 70 miles per hour. For 300 to 500 miles, use the full engine RPM range. Don't accelerate at wide open throttle for long periods and drive at 85 miles per hour or lower. And don't go to the track until you've reached 1,500 miles. So it was actually fun to be able to get out of the house and do something that I felt was safe during this time. People were still visiting Las Vegas, and that was really nice. But residents, we were still in a partial lockdown. So it was nice to be able to get out of the house and drive around, put some miles on the car in order to break it in. So one final thing I did early on was get it ceramic coated and wrapped with a clear wrap. And fast forward to today, I think that was a great decision given all of the rocks on the road in this area. The wrap goes across a few inches of the roof above the windshield and down both A-pillars, both of the mirrors, the entire front end, including the hood, bumpers, and side panels. I also have sections of the rear panels wrapped to protect against rocks on the road, and along the top of the back bumper for protection when loading the trunk. And on that note, that's it for today, friends. Now that things have opened up a bit in the valley, I'm excited about my plans for my car and for this channel, and I don't want you to miss it. So be sure to subscribe and also follow me on Instagram. By now, you know what I'm about to say. Remember, keep the racing off of the streets and on the track. I'll see you in the next video.